situation, but
Well,
I don't think the salt is what gave it away, that I'm a bad autolic. We can't weld.
I can weld, but I wouldn't tell a trailer that I've welded.
Neither. So we are down here in Vanilla in Victoria. If you're wondering what we're doing here, we were in need of a car trailer, but it was really hard to find something that was built to the specs that we wanted it to be. So we decided to just build it ourselves. Not exactly ourselves, we're going to be using Albie from RMF Engineering. So we thought when we needed a car trailer, there was no better place to get them to teach us along the way and show us what goes into fabricating a car trailer while also allowing us to customize it to our needs. So let's jump into this episode and I'll show you a little bit about the fabrication that goes into these car trailers and see how it comes out. So if you're wondering what goes into building a car trailer, same. I had no clue what I was signing up for when we started this project, but hey, lucky for you, I've got the inside scoop now. And I'm going to be breaking it all down while we build it together. The trailer is being built by the legends at Ram Racing Trailers, licensed trailer builders who actually know what they're doing. So yes, this will be by the books. So the first thing we needed to do was the chassis. This is the backbone of the trailer, and we used some solid RHS steel to get started. We also had to figure out where the axles will sit, which is kind of a big deal since it'll affect how this thing tows. We got our complete axle kit from Huntsman Products, and let me tell you, unpacking this felt like a Christmas morning. If Christmas was covered in grease and smelled like metal. The first stage is mostly just measuring, planning, and double checking. We had a basic trailer plan to follow, but we wanted to customize a few things to make it perfect for our setup. And by customize, I mean a little trial and error. So why do we need to build a custom car trailer? Well, because I'm sick of throwing 31s on the Patrol to get it to fit. If you own a Patrol, in particular a GU Patrol, you know that they don't fit on most trailers, especially the ones you can pick up from U-Haul. Alright, so if you guys remember from last episode when I originally introduced the 300 series, I talked about doing the Lovells GVM upgrade. Another part of that and the reason we're able to pull 4 ton is that we didn't just do their normal Platinum Series GVM, GCM upgrade or the other kits. We actually included the BTC, which is the brake towing capacity upgrade, which is what goes on your trailer. So we've obviously brought that here with us because we're building the trailer. You don't have to build a whole new trailer to fit this, but we just thought we're going to set this trailer up right because it's going to be using the BTC kit. So this kit, obviously, you got your whole different tow ball. It's not your average one. It's a bit different. Looks wrong. I'm going to put that back on. But it's got sway bars and everything that connects to the trailer as well, and that's giving us the ability to pull more weight and the reason that we've done it. So anyways, I'll jump in and show you guys where we're at with the trailer itself. We essentially just got the chassis made up and we just added in some cross members as well. They've just been tacked in. We're just making sure everything's level and even at the moment. I think we'll get a few more cross members in this afternoon. We'll start working on the drawbar, weld everything up, and then we'll start to get closer to flipping the trailer over and looking at incorporating the things like this and adding a few more details that will probably end up happening tomorrow and talk about then. But yeah, if you guys want the ability to do 4 ton, you'll have to look at doing the BTC. So I'll show you that later when we go to put it on the trailer.
Trailer is progressing. It's getting there. We literally pretty much have the drawbar, pretty much last bit getting welded in. Structure of the chassis, and that's there. We literally just welded in some round bar as well that we explained earlier. We're going to run our wiring through. And now Josh and I, being the apprentices that we are, working on the ramp. So the cool thing is my dad had a really good car trailer. RIP to that trailer because you would not dare put a car on it now. But we are factoring a lot of things that we liked about that trailer onto this trailer. And one of the things which people might think are a little crazy, because the trailers we're looking here, the ramps were like 1,500 I think on. Yeah. One of them was a ramp length. We're on 6 foot. And that way is if we ever do, even though we're 4-door people, put lower cars on it, we can have a better approach angle, just having that extra bit of length. So we're going to make that out of our RHS again. So we're going to cut up a few lengths of this. And
then one bit of length.
A few small but important details here is that we brace the chassis and reinforce where the leaf springs meet. If you know trailers, you know clearance can be an issue, and it's pretty common for these to be the first thing that gets ripped out. We also went in and welded in some round bar to run all the wiring through, keeping it protected from road debris. And since this trailer will see some off-road action, it's just another way to prevent the wirings from getting caught and torn out. So we are into day 3, I believe, and this is what we have. Somewhat starting to look more and more like a trailer, as you would expect, you would hope anyway. But I guess I would just run you through quickly where we are up to, because the trailer's still flipped upside down. That's where we started. We start working from upside down, and then we will eventually flip it over, do the mud guards and a few other things. But in here, these are gonna be our ramps, so we actually cut these out and like recessed it in. So the ramps will slide in, that way we're not adding more length to the bottom of it, so you're coming out of steep driveways and stuff like that, you just have that bit more clearance at the rear of the trailer. We did that so we're not adding any more length with the ramps once they slide under. They're gonna have some locking pins in here as well to hold them, and what we're gonna try and do as well, put some rubber in the ramps as well, because as you know, the trailers are noisy, and one of the biggest things is the ramps that makes them noisy. So we're gonna try and deaden the sound a little bit, I guess, with putting some rubber in the rails. Axles are in. Pretty much everything's welded in. I don't think there's too much more to go on the underside beside the wiring. Hopefully the Savo, we will flip it. If not, we'll get everything done today. So tomorrow morning it's flipped, and then we can work on the mud guards, which are probably gonna take a bit of work because Albie's gonna make them all by hand, just because we wanna be able to drive over them, so they need a lot of structural integrity to be able to do that. Anyway, let's crack into some wiring.
You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
I watched one of your YouTube videos and you were a auto-lec.
Yeah, I'm doing auto elect today, but I'm not showing them that I use solder.
Why? Why do they say no solder?
I don't know, in the comments last time they grilled me. But
For
if
soldering.
bad electricians use solder, well, welcome to the situation. But
Well-
I don't think the solder's what gave it away, that I'm a bad auto elect.
Well, we're bad auto-lecs and solder's safer than just twisting and taping.
So I can't even weld for a living, that I don't know how to weld. So.
Your welds suck, mate. My weld's way better. My cousin's dog's uncle's friend does heaps better welds than you.
Yeah, he probably does.
So normally you can buy prefab mudguards, but we're being difficult customers of Albie because we want our mudguards to be able to hold the weight of a GU Patrol so that Bree can drive over them. So there's a lot going in.
Josh and I feel pretty useless. We can't weld.
Can weld,
Not well enough.
but I wouldn't tell a trail that I welded.
Neither.
It's like bird shit.
So we're just hanging because there's not much to do besides weld.
While Albie hangs chains.
When customizing your own car trailer, there are plenty of small details that can make a difference. For example, we welded some hooks onto the drawbar to keep the chains neatly stored when not in use. It's not a necessary feature, but it adds a nice finishing touch. Also, before laying down the floor, we made sure to seal every joint, crack, and basically anywhere that could trap water or dirt to prevent rust in the long run. We also painted any exposed metal underneath the floor for added protection, and with that done, we secured the floor and installed our custom tie-down points designed specifically for our 2-ton digger you'll see at the end of this episode. Now for me, having solid tie-down points was a priority. We added a rail along the edge of the trailer. This not only increases the options for securing loads, but also provides a handy barrier for carrying miscellaneous gear. And with all that finished, we finally had something on wheels, meaning it was time to take it to the weighbridge. Any guesses on the weight? Well, I'll tell you. It came in just over a ton, and that's great for us because we'll be getting this trailer rated for 4.5 ton, allowing us to carry just under 3.5 tons, exactly what we needed. And now the fun part begins. This is like the one thing that I can do in this build, besides wiring, and I'm still not the best at it either.
This is dangerous.
Look, it's gonna be one color. Quality, unknown at this point.
At this point, I don't care because the boys are gearing up and I'm about to. So, let's go. What's
Not
wrong?
bad. I've only done the underneath of the chassis and just started working up for the drawbar here. I have arm pump.
I'm about to get arm pumped too.
Yeah, at least yours is a fun reason.
You can paint your Patrol now.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. If you know how to paint, stop watching because this will be incredibly painful to watch. It is my first time ever painting, so I know it's a little cringe. And if you know cameras, that just fell off while we're recording. I think my camera's I've got the first coat on. We went with a flat back to go underneath because I'm no professional spray painter, so when I put the high gloss on top I could see where I painted. And now I'm about to get some black silicone out because what we wanted to do was lay down the first coat, and then we're literally going to go in and silicone the whole trailer and all the joins and all those places that need siliconing. I don't know. It's like 8:30 right now. It's been a long day. I don't know English right now. The point is, first coat's down. I'm about to silicone the whole trailer, and then we're going to go in and do the top coat. It's going to be a late night.
So we have finished the trailer build. I'm back home in New South Wales now, and as you can see, there's actually a new addition. So I'm going to go through everything that's on the trailer and where we're at with it now. It's been a week or two since we left Victoria, and we finally got registered. I'm literally at a job site that Josh is on today. He's used it for the first time, and it towed incredible. So we're pretty happy with that. But when we left Vic, there were a few things on the trailer that weren't permanent. So firstly, I changed the tail lights, and we went with the ones that actually are used on the G-Work trays and canopies. They're kind of popular. They're a maxi lamp. Everyone seems to be running them now because they're a good looking tail light. So I switched them over. So it's a secret, but it's going to match one of the cars when it tows it. So that's going to look great with the car and the trailer having matching tail lights. You can probably guess what car, but you'll just have to wait and see if you can't guess. And then I have come back and we went and picked up a AP performance box, which is the Australian performance boxes. They're down in the Shire in Sydney. And the reason we did this is because now this trailer, the way it is currently, is set up as our work trailer. So Josh, as I said, tows his 2-ton digger. So the digger goes on the back. We've got our tie down the points here. And this is going to be for where he puts all his fuel and his rakes and his shovels and all his tools so we can get them out of 300 series, because every time I get in that car now, it smells like petrol. Terrible. Don't do that. You shouldn't do that. We do have a couple of additions we're going to be adding to this box. Josh decided to get one of them called Wings just because he thinks it looks great. We've got 2 jerry cans we're going to put on the back as well as a spare wheel holder. We are also putting some racks up here to put the mountain bikes on because Josh does build mountain bike trails for a living, so he's often taking the bikes with him so he can test ride and whatnot. So we will have the boxes here, the digger on the back, and then we're also going to go with one of their pantry slide outs because that's what we're going to turn into a bit of a tool fit out. So grease guns, batteries, and all those kinds of things. So there's actually some organization for those smaller objects that will be stored in this box. So this has worked out really great. It is a 1 meter. It's only like 70 kilos. So it was perfect to fit up the front here. And APB were really great to deal with. And it's kind of just come out as the perfect box for us to mold and make ours. So we love that. Now, another thing to quickly touch on is the BTC. As I mentioned earlier in the episode, we've got that on the back of the cruiser. So that is obviously allowing us to have the ability to pull 4 ton. It's a part of our GVM and GCM upgrade. It's an add-on to that kit. So the brake tow capacity has been upgraded, and that's what's allowing us to pull 4 ton. Now, it does also come with sway bars. You can put the sway bars on and just have that peace of mind and have the car just tow better. It's actually quite an extensive bit of kit that actually does help a lot. So if you guys are going to be towing big vans and carrying a lot of weight, I do recommend upgrading to the BTC, once again maximizing that pulling capacity and doing it safely. If you guys have any questions on any of this, like I mentioned, I'm probably going to keep updating you guys on what we do to fit out this work setup in other videos, so I can answer some questions there. Drop them in the comments below. Otherwise, let me know what you guys thought of this episode, something a little bit different, whether it was a bit insightful or just cool to watch what goes into trailers. I don't know. But anyways, I'm sure this trailer is going to be working out real soon because the GU rebuild is literally just started today. And that will be coming to YouTube very shortly. And it's going to be carting around the patrol for the next month or two in between shops while we get this thing ready to reveal at the Brisbane National 4x4 show in March. So if you guys are local to Queensland, local to Brisbane, I'm going to be planning to reveal the Patrol build at the show. I'll obviously keep you guys up to date on YouTube, what's going into the build and whatnot. But the final product, I'm going to do a bit of a reveal there. So if you're a lucky Brisbane person, you can come and be the first person to see it. First person to see it in person. What? That confused me. Anyway, you can be one of the first people to see it in person. And also, haven't decided, I think I'm going to respray it. What color do you think I should go? Because I'm really torn. I have a color in my head. I have a bit of an idea. I'm replicating another car that I have. But I'd love to know what you guys think would be a cool color to put on the GU. Anyways, drop that in the comments as well. I'd love to hear what you guys think I should do with that car, and what you think I'm potentially doing as well. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode of Drew & Garage. That's all I've got. Hope you guys have a fabulous week, and I'll see you next time.